Hey guys, it's Julie. I just wanted to give you a heads up, like a little content warning. This episode, there's a lot of discussion of like death and funerals and grief. And if you're not feeling like you can hang with that, you might want to just skip this ep. There is some good, funny stuff. You know how we are. We talk about some fun things, but I just wanted to give you the heads up.
Hey, everybody, this is Mary,
And this is Julie.
and you are listening to the High Priestess Hype Club. I realized how much, not that I didn't know how much my mother loves me, but like, do you ever have one of those moments where you're like, okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm coming in the house. We have one of those old grates that doesn't lock into the floor. It like sits in a hole in
Yes.
the floor. Yeah.
Yes.
So my foot caught on it and I went down. She saw me. She was like, oh my God. Oh my God. She
Oh.
started to cry. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. She's like, but did you hurt your knee? Do you need my cane? Is it okay? I'm like,
Oh.
oh, little saints. I don't know. The devil was not in you today.
Right? Like,
It
oh, you're
was a
so
saint to
nice
me.
today.
Right. She was, oh, she started to
But
cry. I'm like, I'm
oh,
okay. And the food's fine that I was bringing in. We're all good. But it was something I was like, oh,
oh,
it's all
that's
right, mom.
sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet today. So
That's
that's
awesome.
that's my day. So well, I mean, I got
And
my
you got your
nails did,
nails done.
my hair did. I had a whole day of, and it's funny because I'm talking to this woman who does the authentic you
Uh-huh. Yeah.
retreats.
Mhm.
And the last time I was at the nail salon, she's like, "Can we talk on the phone for a few minutes about what we're doing?" And I was like, "Well, kind of no, because I'm getting my feet done."
Right.
But then today she's like, "So can we?" Because I just feel awkward. Like I just,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, it's not. Yeah.
it's not. Yeah. So
I can't do that either. I'm not like, I'm
no,
gonna be on the phone while
well,
another human is helping me and servicing me.
right, yeah, no, I just feel
Can't.
really rude.
Yeah, I feel weird about
No.
it too.
So this time she said the same thing. Can you talk? And I'm like, Kim, I know this is going to be weird, but I'm at the nail salon again. And then I took a picture of
I go
Mary
there all
doing
the
my
time.
teas.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, oh, well, you deserve that. And I was like, do
Yeah.
I though? Do I? Because now I feel foolish. But
Yes,
on the other
bitch, you
hand,
do.
right
Stop.
after,
Pause.
yeah,
Yes.
hmm yeah.
Continue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Acknowledge it. You do. Go ahead.
Yes, I do. Yes. Um, I have to tell you, I have to get my feet done. It's like they don't hurt as much. Like I don't know about you, but my feet are always taking a beating,
Mine too.
So I'm like, I go get all the dead skin off, and she rubs my feet, and it's nice. So
That is nice.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Tracy sent me this meme because I was like, I get too nervous to go to the nail salon. Like
Well,
I have
I
like
understand that.
anxiety about it, especially my feet because I'm not
Mhm.
great because I've always had gross dancer feet and it doesn't matter what I do to them and blah blah blah. Anyway,
You got dancer's feet though, which I admire very much.
well, I
I'm just
appreciate
saying.
that, but they ain't pretty. But
It's
so and I've
good.
always
They're
but
dancer's feet though.
but I haven't been taking good care of myself for a while and everything. And I was like, I've got it. So, they have those baby foot peels. I don't know if you've ever seen
Oh
those.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
those. And like it all comes off and it's like,
Mhm.
oh, you have a new foot. It's beautiful.
Right.
But I was like, this is really bad. Like I have to do this. He sent me a picture of, I don't know if you remember those terrible Fantastic Four movies where Michael Chiklis is the thing and he's like
Oh,
all bumpy and
yeah.
and there's just a picture of him just looking at you like, "What?" And it's like your heels watching you buy more skincare for your face.
Oh my goodness,
And,
right?
like, I've
Your
been
foot's like
laughing about that for days, and also I've pumice my feet every day since. They're almost normal again. There's a lot of info. Everybody's gonna be like, "Skip."
Or they're gonna be like, "Oh, girl, I feel that.
Relatable, right?
I feel that." Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully, it's that and not
Yeah.
like, "Ew."
Yeah, no.
But
Mhm.
because we're getting ready to go to this funeral on Sunday, and I'm just like, trying to do outfits, and I'm like, "Oh, my feet. Oh, I should get my nails done, or maybe I should just do them." And the closest thing I've come to paying for so far, besides like, you know, clothes for the kids, is
Mhm.
like, do I go to the Benefit Eyebrow and get them to fix my brows because They're struggling, but I do have
Yeah.
bangs, so maybe I'll just hide them.
Well, you could, but I mean, how long is the benefit bar gonna take? It's not gonna
I
take long,
know, I should
and it's
look.
not that expensive. I don't think
It's
it's
not.
anything crazy. So
No.
you deserve that.
I know. I'm like, "Oh, are we recording a podcast while I'm looking this up?
I think it's fine. Listen, this is we're talking about stuff here,
Is there anything available
and we can
tomorrow?"
edit. Oh, I would do it. Do
I
it.
know, I should look.
Yeah. Sephora, does
But
Sephora do that, or do you have like a
we go to
benefit?
there's a Ulta that I can go to as well.
See,
There's like
see.
I actually live somewhere where there are things. Oh, code. I'll just leave it there and I'll come back to it later. Because
Well, if
it's
you got
like
to grab an
texting my
appointment, girl.
phone codes and
Yeah. No, 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 no. It's fine. Here, I can pause this. Here, ready? Wait, hold on. We're coming back. We're coming back.
we're coming back.
Yeah.
It's
No.
fine.
We were talking about mature skin offline. Yeah, no, I decided I was like, I really need to stay on top of this because that's important. My skin's important too. You just
Well,
sometimes I don't know about
yeah.
you. I just am like, all right, I got a bunch of things I got to do. Quick shower, hair up in the bun. So did you
11:40.
find an appointment?
Yeah, I think I can go tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah,
Go get why?
Saturday.
What's wrong with your eyebrows? I thought they look pretty good, but I can't.
They're all under. I have what
Oh,
I, as a young teen in the 90s, when everybody had skinny eyebrows plucked out, I have Peter Gallagher eyebrows. I have, are you of Irish and Italian descent? I have Peter Gallagher eyebrows. They're
same.
not as bad because I overplucked them in the 90s, but so they grew in kind of normal, but
Right.
underneath,
But underneath here,
and I'm bad at shaping them. So once
yeah.
they're gone, I I will lose the middle. And I know that's trendy to
Oh,
now to have like a line there, but like that's not what I'm trying to do.
right.
And I will lose that. And I
Right.
will also just get tired of doing it. And I'll bring them in too far. So I figure maybe I give somebody like $30 and then they can do it for me. It actually looks good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I think that's a
and
good
my
idea.
also, because I have curly hair, I have crazy curly eyebrows. So it's not
Do
like I can
you?
just brush it. Yes, they curl as they get to a length, like a certain length. There's
They're
one over
like,
here. I keep poking it because yeah, it's like a creepy witch eyebrow.
yeah. Yeah.
They're all like,
You're like, ah.
right. And
Yeah.
so I used to like brush and be like, why won't they? But it's because they curl. So I have to like keep them a certain length.
Keep them
And
trimmed. Yeah. I get when I go get my nails done. So I do feet nails and she waxes
he's so good.
the whole
Get
thing,
it
the
all
whole
done.
face
I know
gets
I
up.
need them to wax all my stuff, but I haven't.
All the stuff. I have them
Yeah,
do that. Yeah. So that's all one-stop shopping. So that's the only reason why my
that
stuff
makes
looks
sense.
halfway decent. Because otherwise, yeah, I get all the underlying like hairs going, what's
Mhm.
up,
And
girl?
what
And I'm
up,
like,
B? Yeah,
woo.
and mine are that way too. And I know I've got glasses and stuff, but like also some of the people down there are judgmental. And
Oh.
I think too, if I'm just not worried about it, I'm not worried about it. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, let me just get it done. I'll take care of it. I'll feel better. Um, it's a lot. I have a lot of issues stacking up. And guys,
Yeah.
this is going to be an interesting. Will this get aired? Because I am mentally not great right now.
Oh,
So, I mean, it'll be okay. It's helped
it
that I've
will.
been taking off work in the afternoons,
Hmm.
but like,
Jules, it's a lot. It's
yeah.
a lot. And I think we sort of expect ourselves to be like, I'm brave and the stiff upper lip and, okay, I got to be
Right.
strong for everybody else. And meanwhile, your head's like, fuck this. Let me go
Like,
under my
fuck
angry
this.
blanket and fuck all of
I know,
you.
right? I love that I like coined that angry blanket the other time and it
Seriously,
stuck and I'm like, no, I've never said that before, but I'm gonna call it angry blanket from
angry
now on.
blanket. And, I don't know if it's me. Like, I think, and
Thank you.
I'm not trying to be Molly Shannon on, no,
I
was it
love
Molly Shannon on,
Molly
well,
Shannon.
on Saturday Night Live when she's like, I'm 50. Like, you know who
Look,
I'm talking,
that character is completely different to me now that I'm in my 40s.
right?
I
Right?
remember being in my like teens being like this crazy old lady. And now it's
Right.
more like, I don't know if you watched White Lotus, but this
No,
second
not yet.
season of White Lotus, there's a moment where like the guy who was Christopher on The Sopranos, like his kid
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
like talking about how it's old. And he says like 50's too old. And he's like, 50's not that old. Like that's where I'm at. And I was like,
Mhm.
50's not that old. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yes, I'm 50 years old."
Yes, I can kick, I can stretch, and then now I'm like, "Well, I'm 50. Kicking is not so good. It only goes so far. Stretching, hmm,
Totally
I'm
got sucked
50."
in. Mhm.
Yeah,
I
so
got
now I'm like,
sucked in by a Facebook ad today. I'll tell you, this stretching routine I bought works.
"Did you find some?" Oh, I have to know. Is it one of those, like, you can do a split in 30 days? Because 'Cause I've been looking at those.
It is, I'll tell
Is
you if
it?
it works.
Well, but you're a dancer, though. Like,
But
you
I
have
but I have no flexibility anymore. Like,
yeah.
none, to the point where I lay awake at night thinking about it, like, it really bothers me. And one of my other dance friends, I'm like, "Girl, I can't do shit anymore." She's like, "Me either." She's like, "My back wants to go out after, like, helping like, wrapping 5 Christmas gifts, and I feel like I'm gonna die." So and we used to yeah, and so I this one came by, but it has a 60-day money back guarantee, and I'm like,
Okay.
"Okay, that's good because 'cause I'll be 30 day I'll buy it, I'll forget about it for 30 to 45 days, but I'll still have time to like, I might try to buy it again and then realize I haven't, and then I'll just be like, 'Oh, I have 15 more days to do this.' So then I can decide."
Why does this sound like my house? I'm like, "Wow, I thought I was the only one who
We
did
are
this stuff."
kind of the same.
Kinda. But I love that idea. I mean, I think some of those things off of Facebook work,
I know,
it's
and I hate those ads. They're just like, "You have 26 minutes to do that." Like, it's
right.
so salesy, and I understand exactly why they do all that.
Sure,
It makes me
sure.
upset that sometimes the urgency gets me, and then I just have
It
to
does.
X out of it. Like, if
Mhm.
I feel it rising, I
Yep,
just, like, close it out. I'm like, "That ad will be there again later. I clicked on it once. I'm gonna see it for 6 months."
yep,
So,
and then
like
it does, yep, it does come back, yeah.
yeah, so it took me 4 days, but I pulled the trigger today because my paycheck came in.
And you're like, "I have the money,
Like,
ding."
"What bullshit am I gonna buy? What am I gonna impulse buy for serotonin today?" So
Right, yeah, true. See,
yeah,
that buy with one click on Amazon, oof,
I can't. I have to be really
gets me,
careful with that. I
gets
know,
me.
me too.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna be flexible with really good eyebrows apparently. So we'll be improved a little bit. I don't have great lighting here, but oh
No, you're
wait,
good.
turn this on.
Wait, hold on. Ding.
Eh,
Ooh, we can see you better, yeah, we
a
can see
little
you better.
better. If I
You have
move
nice
this,
lighting.
this sun is like
Yeah.
motherfucker. So and Ricky's napping. So
Oh, oh, we can't disturb Ricky. Mm-mm.
Ricky has been doing a lot of emotional support catting,
Right.
so
So we get
let him
Ricky
rest.
nap, get recharged. We got the evening to go.
I know, and I keep doing things at work where I was just kind of like I took all the afternoons off this week for
Yeah.
bereavement leave. I Of course, me being me, I was like, "But can I split up my bereavement leave? Can I do 4 hours here and 4
I
hours
know.
here to do the
That kills
most
me.
effective way that I can use it for how my brain works and my time?" And they were
Mhm.
like, "Yeah."
I need to grieve effectively
And I was like,
and
"Great, I'm
efficiently.
gonna maximize my grieving." Yeah, I know, right? But
Too
the
late.
first 2 days, I was like, "I'm gonna get shit done," and I laid in the bed
Yeah.
until I was like, "I have to cook dinner or no one will eat."
Right.
So
This will be bad.
today was a little better, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, ups and downs, right? I think I don't think we give ourselves the chance to grieve. Grieving is such a
Yeah,
complicated range of emotions. So complicated.
it is. And I found this time around, and I don't know if it's because, if I get too close to it sometimes, like, then I get sad about my dad, and then it stacks, and then I'm just like, there is no
Bah.
angry blanket. There is just a
No.
sad pile of Julie somewhere, and it's
Oh,
really not
no.
good. And so,
No.
and I let myself do that a little bit, but like,
You have to.
but also, I was gonna say something. Oh, but I'm also like trying not to like task myself away from it as much this time.
Mhm.
I had a little more of that earlier, like when it first happened. But then, because he passed away last Friday. But
Mhm.
over the past like 3 or 4 days, like it's been able to let me be a little sad a little more. So that's, I think, been good.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
it's those little normal things that happen during the kinda getting ready process to have the
Yeah.
ceremony, the funeral.
Yeah. And
Those are just
yeah,
oof.
it
Yeah.
is. And I haven't had to do as much this time. And I'm also not in the house where it happened, and like it was a
Mhm.
lot last time because I was like actually went down for our family
Yeah.
vacation and my dad died, so
Yeah.
it was pretty different, but
Mhm.
we're doing
Yeah.
okay this time. It's different there, but
Yeah.
also like there's a little more space. We're taking care of each other the best we can, and we're watching out for our fam. So,
Yeah.
and they're, you know, they're handling it pretty well over there. So my mother-in-law's a pastor, so she's done this before for other
Ah,
people. So,
okay.
and my sister-in-law is a performer, so she has knows how to set up gigs, which I know sounds weird, but she's like, I know how to make the flow of events. I know how to, and
Yeah,
they're
hey.
working really well together. I think it's given them
Mm,
something good to focus on.
that's
But
I mean, that's good. That's
I'm gonna
good.
stop talking this. And what else
You're
can we
fine.
talk about? But
You're
that's why I'm
fine.
out of control. And that's not as fun. So, fun topics, guys.
Oh, Jules.
Eyebrows.
Jules,
I cooked a bunch of
eyebrows.
meat
Did you?
randomly today. I was like, I'm just gonna put all this meat in the oven or the slow cooker. They took it out. Vaughn was
Nice.
like, "What is this?" I was like, "Dinner for 3 days." And he was like,
Sm
"Okay,
Why do we need to do that? You're like, "You'll see on
we'll
Sunday."
see on Sunday," because we have
Mhm.
to drive an hour and a half each way.
Yeah. Is it, just Sunday? Is everything on, or do you do like
So
Catholics,
they're
there's
just doing
wake and funeral.
well, they're
Mm.
not Catholic,
Right, right,
so,
right.
they're Presbyterian, so
Okay.
and they don't wanna have a viewing because Tracy's dad was like, "I don't want that,"
Yeah.
and, I think also he's gonna be cremated,
Mm.
so I think what they're doing instead is, I think we're mainly just having the service and then maybe something afterwards for the
Yeah.
family to, like, eat finger foods and stuff, but I'm
Yeah.
also like it's tough to balance because 'cause we're so, like, COVID conscious and have been so
Yeah.
long, especially because he's been kind of sick,
Mhm.
and we know we're going to a very red area of the state,
Yeah.
and so I don't know how it's gonna go, and it's gonna be cold and rainy, and it may just be that we mingle and make a plate and, like, go outside to eat it,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but I don't want us then getting sick on top of that, and everything's so
Oh,
bad right now that, like so it's tough balance and all that, but I also don't wanna be like an asshole, like, "Where's your mask, motherfucker? I know you're
right.
crying and sad, but where's your mask?" Like, so I'm trying to focus on us, make
Yeah.
sure we have the space that we need and, like, that we can be safe, but also,
Mhm.
like, be there, so
Yeah, it's
this
hard.
is
I
the funeral ep. Is that gonna be the title? It's
this
the
might be
funeral ep.
it's a funeral app. Well, listen, let's talk about funerals. They're not, comfortable
Right.
in the least. You're dealing with grief and you're dealing with sadness, and then all the family issues come popping up, and all the people that,
Yeah.
you weren't expecting show up, or they it's like, "Oh, okay," or that person didn't show up. I don't know. See, your family might not be
No,
petty
there's a
like mine.
well,
We get a little petty in ours. I'll
it's
just
on
say
both
that.
sides. No,
It's
it's
both
on
sides,
both
yeah.
sides. So we've got
Mhm.
Northern Petty on my side of the
Right.
family, and we've got Southern Petty
Right.
on Tracy's right.
Mhm.
Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Virginia.
Mm.
So, like small town Virginia. So,
Right.
yeah. So there's petty all around.
There's plenty of, yeah, and we're Irish and Italian, so both sides are, counting who's coming in and
Mhm.
all that, who's
Mhm.
crying the most and things like that, so oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you
Oh,
think she
yeah.
was really upset he died? I'm like, "Look, I
Look,
came in and I knelt and I said I was sorry, and I said he looked good, when he got his makeup done, because
right.
it's like
Yeah, because they get their makeup done.
they get their makeup
I
done,
know.
you know? And sometimes I go, "Hmm, alright, yeah, that they look okay," and sometimes I'm like, "Whoa, whatever happened
It's
there?"
crazy, yet sometimes, like, this person did not understand their color tone, like, there like, there's
Just
no color theory used on this. When I'm dead, bury me with a sign that says warm spring or clear autumn, either will work. Put it on me.
clear.
Do my colors in this, like, I'm just gonna have a bag full of the makeup.
Right, this is my dead makeup.
If you put the wrong thing on me, I will look more dead, and people will
Alright.
be like, "Fuck, Julie looks bad."
Yeah. Well, I just have to, I'm like, "All right, their spirit's not there, so I understand they're gonna look
Right.
different," but when people are like, "Wow, they look good," I'm like, eh, like, I know that's come out of my mouth plenty of time, but now after I've, like, stood in a line when my dad died, and they were like, "He looks good." I'm like, "Mm,
It's a weird when you're on the other side of it,
yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
it's like when you're on the hasn't really happened to you side, it's
right,
kind of like, what do I say that is kind?
right,
And also, apparently I have no social skills anymore and say weird things that everybody else says,
Right.
because it's uncomfortable and,
It is. It is.
everybody's just kind of going through it. And then when you're on that side, it's kind of, we didn't get any looks good because like my dad was cremated, but it's also kind of just like, ah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of, yeah, it's a lot of people you never knew.
Right,
And it's
right,
like, it's a lot of
right,
people you don't know.
right.
And then like people you haven't seen in a really long time.
Yeah.
And this is probably just me and something I need to work on. But there's also me being like, are they judging how much I weigh now versus how much I
Oh
weighed when I was
my god!
17?
Yes.
Like, you know what
Same.
I mean?
Mhm,
Like, and
mhm.
so I've got that going on. I'm
Right.
like, and look, the right outfit isn't going to make me look 60 pounds thinner. So, like,
No.
but I'm just trying to be like, what do I feel okay in? But
Yeah,
yeah, I worry about all that stuff. And it's
all of it.
awkward. Like, oh, I haven't seen you guys since I was 8.
Right. "Hey, it's great to see you?"
Good to
Question
see.
mark.
Yeah,
What?
hi.
Yeah,
Mm, yeah.
yeah,
And so it's just, and I'm really sad, but I'm really thankful you're here. But
yeah.
also, don't talk to me. But also,
Right.
like, I'm really glad, it's very nice that you came.
Right, thank you.
I'm gonna go chase my small child now,
Right.
or whatever it is,
Yeah,
like I'm gonna go hide over here.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
do I
But
tell this story or not?
it can always be cut out, so tell it
Have I
anyway.
told you this story? Yeah, there you go. Have I told you the story about Preston's first time in a Catholic church was my dad's funeral, and we at my parents'
No.
church at the beach. Mary, because you're Catholic, you will understand. I have never seen a crucifix so lifelike and terrifying and
Mhm.
so huge
Huge,
in my
yeah.
entire life. It's gigantic. Like, I mean, it's huge.
Tell me how
To the
Jesus
point
died for
where
your sins, without telling me
I'm
Jesus died for your sins.
yes.
That's what that is. Telling me Jesus died for your
Right.
sins without
Like
telling
the
me Jesus
biggest
died for
one
your
I've
sins.
ever seen. And like,
Yeah.
dude, like droopy eye, like
Yeah.
really stabby. And like, we don't go to Catholic church.
Right.
And Preston's grandfather is dead. And
Oh,
he's
God.
like 4.5. No,
Oh,
he was 6.5, 6.5. And he's sitting there and he's like, and I'm like, I grew up in this, right? Like,
right.
so
You're
he's
like,
like, and like my dad's dead and I'm sad and not really thinking right. Thank God there are people like my friends and stuff who are sitting with him and just like, so it's not like he's alone or like,
right.
neglected or whatever. And he's
Mm.
sitting there and he's like, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, what's up? And he's like, who's that? And me
Uh,
being like where I was in the moment, I was like, oh, it's Jesus. And he was like, and he was just like, who? And I was like, that's Jesus. Like my mom talks about Jesus. And he's like, can I can I leave? And I was like, yeah, like, and my
Yeah,
best friend,
buddy.
she was like, I'll take him. Like, we'll go play in the playground or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
we'll go. Yeah. I didn't think about this until like a year later or so. I thought we went back down to visit, and Preston was like, do we have to go to that church? And I was like, what? He was like, with the guy on the wall. And I was like, so that's not an actual guy, that's a statue of a
Right.
guy. And he was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, so church traumatized both me and Preston, just in very different ways. But yeah, who's that? Oh, that's Jesus. Like just to, look, I grew up with a dude dying on a cross in front of me once a week.
Right. I mean,
It's get
it's a
used to
normal
it.
thing here.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're just like, "Hey, sorry, I screwed
So
up
we
again
may or
this
may
week.
not keep that, but
Going to confession, sorry."
I know.
You
So
know?
he's very much pretty Buddhist now.
Well, it is a little terrifying, honestly. You always are
Even I
hearing
was
about.
like, oof,
Oof, yeah.
that's a how much do you guys pay for that? Like
Yeah,
that's really scary. To see if I
it's
can find a
true.
picture, Mary. It was,
Oh,
I mean, it's the biggest, like it was like the entire wall, like
wow.
behind the, like it
Yeah.
was huge. Like to the point where if I said it was 20 feet, it probably wasn't because it seems like it is. So it's probably 35. Like it was
Wow.
huge.
Huge.
I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm traumatized by this.
No, it's
Moving on, people love
no, it's a
Jesus, and
lot.
that's okay, but, like, ooh, so
Well, it's funny going to different countries and seeing, churches,
oh, yeah, yeah.
different it's really interesting to see. I went to a church in Iceland that did not have any
Ooh,
crosses. It
yeah.
had Mother Mary and it had Saint Jude,
Yeah, yeah.
but the altar was just, like, some flowers, some very pretty flowers. It was all in white, but
Ooh,
there was candles, but there were no crosses, which so of course I'm like, "Well, this
interesting.
isn't a Catholic this can't be a Catholic church."
Right.
But, it was a beautiful, like, very peaceful, still very peaceful,
Yeah.
so I think that's great, but yeah. Oh, no, I always remember about Jesus, dying on the cross, heard that since I was a little
Oh.
kid.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah,
I'm
and
gonna laugh at what you said forever, though, that was amazing. If
Tell
it was on brand for us, we would make it merch, but it's not.
I mean, sometimes, I did 12 years of Catholic school.
Oh, girl.
I did tell so, like, you were always hearing about, like, religion and I don't wanna say it's craziness, but I'll just tell you a quick story. So, like, junior year of high school, I'm in a Catholic high school. The way that my classes fell, because I was in honors classes, they only had 1 so, like, they only had 1 class for Italian 3, because there
Yeah,
was only
yeah.
we were the only
Like
ones taking it.
12 kids,
12
right?
kids, right.
Right.
So, it turned out that it was conflicting with the junior religion classes. So they made a deal with us that we could take a senior religion class instead of a junior, like switch it. So
Okay.
senior year we could take the junior religion
Right.
class. All right, take the 2
God
senior
forbid you don't
classes.
go to the
No.
religion class for a semester.
Right? So we have that. Senior
Mhm.
year comes, we run into the same exact thing.
Right.
So my mother gets on the phone with the principal because they were like, "Well, you're gonna have to drop one of your honors classes." And my mother's like, no, she's not doing that. She's
Right.
not. She's gone to church every Sunday since she's been 5 years old. She's done everything. And
Right.
so the principal said, so meanwhile, senior in high school now, right? I'm
Right. Yeah.
17.
Already took the senior level class.
Right. He says to her, well, everybody in this school has to take a class on religious morals. And now remember, I call my mother the saint.
I
She's
know.
very religious.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is her response. She says, Principal so and so,
Mhm.
if I haven't taught my daughter morals by this point in her lifetime, what is your class going to do? She said she's
For real.
17. So she should have her morals and values in place at
That's
this point.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Right. She's like, so I don't know if we have to go somewhere else to figure this out, but she's going to take her honors classes. So I ended up taking another
Good
2.
for
They had 4
her.
choices for senior religion class. I ended up taking all 4 of the senior religion classes. But yeah, no, they wanted me to drop one of my honors classes to take
Uh-uh.
one of the religion classes. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
my mother had a great point,
That
if I
is a
was
really good point. Get it, mom.
yeah, oh yeah, she is a Gemini, double Scorpio.
Oh, our moms have the same birthday.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
So I get it. I don't know about the rising and stuff because I know if I ask my mom, she's going to be like, "Why are you going to run my chart? Are you going to talk to an astrologer?" And she will be sassy about it. And I'll be like, "Oh, I just have a witchy podcast that
And so we were gonna just broadcast it on the air. "What?
we're just gonna," right? And she'll be
What are you
like, "You have a what?"
doing?"
Yeah. Oh, issues. Um, but yeah, no. So like that power that they wield can be used for good or for
Mhm,
evil. And I
mhm.
think too sometimes like my mom would usually come through really hard when it came to like BS around school.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a time
yeah,
where like this is really working in your favor. And I
right.
wish I was a little more like that in these times. That and like advocating for my dad with hospitals. She was like
Mm,
she was like a beast. She would like kick their ass. But like
yeah,
never like mean,
right.
but what some might call nice nasty when
Mhm,
needed.
yeah,
Very firm,
mhm.
you know.
Well, I
I'm
always
not very
say
good at that.
oh, well, being from Boston, I have no problem with that. They called me I found out later the nurses when my dad was getting chemo,
Yeah.
the nurses gave me a nickname of the watchdog. I found out one of the nurses told me later, and I said, "That's great. You can call me whatever you want. As long as he gets all the care that he needs, I don't care." And she goes, "That's why we call you that." Because I
Yep.
questioned
Everything.
everything. And
Mhm.
I, felt like, hey, listen, I've got one patient, that guy, I know you
Yep.
got all kinds, so I'm gonna ask the
Right.
questions because I don't have the training and I don't know.
Well,
And I
right.
just was like, let someone say that I'm being a bitch, you know? Let them.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I think you have to be your own advocate. And if like you're with like a family member or whatever, it's so overwhelming.
Yes.
I think we have to be their advocate too.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, they get paid big bucks. They can answer my questions.
That's
That's
right.
how I feel about it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Tracy and I both really did a lot of that with his dad. So,
Good.
I think it was more as like that's the first time I really had to do it. Tracy did it mostly when Vaughn was first born because I was
Mhm.
a mess. But like,
Mhm.
yeah. But so, yeah, I think this is kind of the first time I was really in that role where I was kind of like, okay, did you find out this? Did you find out this? What meds is he on? What are they giving
Mhm.
for? You know what I mean? Like, well,
Mhm.
what's the plan after this? Where are we gonna? So,
Right. Yeah. And
yeah,
it's scary. You're also very emotional during those times. Uh,
yeah,
I think we're all trying to be like, "Oh, we're strong," and it's like, I don't know. I had some real
it's
emotional
hard.
times there with
Oh
dad.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And when I was with my dad, I really
Yeah.
did too, to the point where I
Yeah.
was just kind of like, oh my god, because we didn't
Mhm.
live near them. But like, I'd be like, this is
Yeah.
mom, you're in this every day. This is a lot more,
It's a lot. Yeah.
you know. And I
Mhm.
know, like, I joke with you sometimes about, like, I don't wanna talk to my dad because 'cause I'm nervous. 1, I'll just cry, and 2, this will just
Yeah.
happen. But I also have, like, stuff that I need to process around it
Of
because, like,
course.
I was having a hard time, and I don't know if I was, like, nice enough to him. I wasn't mean, but, like, everybody's kinda, like, hugging him and hanging out on him, like,
Mhm.
all the kids and everything, and I could sit there and I could kinda hold his hand, and my
Mhm.
brothers would be like, "Come on in," and I'd be like, "I can't, dude. I'm not gonna just, like, cry all over dad," and dad's like, "Oh, geez, thanks,"
Yeah.
which he wouldn't have said, but,
No.
like, that's the kinda stuff I worry about. So, um, but
But
anyway,
do you think that's what dad worries about? Dad doesn't worry about I remember when I
yeah,
was sitting here that you didn't cuddle up close to me. Do you think that's not what dad
yeah,
remembers? It's
yeah,
not. He remembers all the other things. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's because I think listen, it's really, really hard when someone's in that space and you know they're gonna go.
yeah,
It's so hard. So I
yeah,
think sometimes it's like getting close to it gets close to it.
yeah.
Getting close to them
It
gets
does. It
close. Yeah.
totally did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think that's what the spirits worry about after they go. They wanna make sure you're happy. They
Yeah.
don't want you to carry anything. That's not
Yeah.
how it works. It's just not. Like, all
Yeah.
the stuff I think we worry about as humans,
Like, is gone.
it's gone. So,
Like
like, we worry about
NBD.
oh, yeah, yeah,
Right.
because 'cause we're thinking
Yeah.
about it like, "Oh, I could have done this, I could have done that," and I think the spirit, like our dads are like, "Come on,
Right.
come on."
Right. Yeah.
It's yeah, no, no, no. It's not. It's all the other things I think
Yeah.
the spirits wanna and they worry about you as their kid. You're still their kid,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's
No,
hard.
it's true. It
It's
is.
hard.
So
Yeah. How long has your dad been gone?
so 4 year it was 4 years this past August.
Yeah.
So
Still fresh. Still
it's
very
yeah.
fresh.
And
Yeah.
it's not that long. It's like I can't believe it's been that long, but it's also like it doesn't feel like it, and also like COVID. So what
Right,
is
right.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so it throws the time like, the passage of time off. I really
it
yeah,
does.
it does. Because you think you had all these and it's like, well, actually, 2020 didn't really have any time to do anything,
Oh my
it's
god. Yeah.
so that cut out a year, and then 2021 was still a little, so
And
we were
then
dealing
what
with
the
other things.
yeah, it's just been a lot.
It's a
So,
lot. It's a lot in 4 years, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And we
And
realized that like Bond's the same age that Preston was when my dad died. Like Bond's the same age when,
yeah,
you know, so and stuff like
yeah.
that and kind of framing it up that way. And it's helping, but we're also just like,
It's a lot.
so I know I worry about that kind of stuff. I think I told you offline though that I think I had one of my first like I felt pretty clearly that like Tracy's dad came by when
Mhm.
they were sitting with him after he passed. I really felt like he showed up, and because like you just said about my dad, like you think that's really what they're worried about? Because I kind of I thought I felt like Tracy's dad around, and he was like, "It's
Yeah,
okay, like I'm good
I'm
now," and I
good.
was like, "I'm sorry, I was gonna cut your hair tomorrow. I should
Yeah.
have made time to come today," and he's like, "It is fine."
Yeah. It's okay.
He's like,
Yeah.
"It's all good,"
It's
but
all
like in
good.
his way, like not in
Right.
how I'm saying it, but that was
Yeah.
kinda neat. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh," and also, I guess all this work I've been doing on things is coming through a little bit, and it's 'cause that's
Mm.
somebody who's not my dad, but,
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, he's
This
part of your
is the
family.
funeral
Yeah.
mediumship episode.
Talking about dead and mediumship and,
It's
you know,
witchy.
it's witchy. Well, because then we also deal with it too. Like, I
Yeah,
think our experiences help other people, what we've dealt with
yeah.
too, especially about dads and, because we've both lost our dad and
Oh, yeah. How
but,
long ago was your dad?
2014. So this May,
Okay.
he'll be 9 years. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was weird because, like, I was saying to someone the other day, like, sometimes I remember things from time frames, like, was dad here or not here? Like,
Right.
so it's a weird thing, like, I can't
Yeah.
exactly remember when my brother was sworn in. He became a sergeant
Mhm.
and then did the ceremony. I can't remember exactly what year, but I can remember it's after 2014 because dad wasn't there. It's
Yeah.
like this weird, like, okay, I remember
Yeah,
who
it's like a marker in
it's a
time.
marker.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's 9 years, and it's like, some days, like, I'll think of something, I'll be watching something on TV, something about the Red Sox because him and I used to watch a lot
Yeah.
about the Red Sox, and I'll get choked up because I
Yeah.
start thinking of him. So I think grief is funny, it just sneaks up on you in these weird ways, you know? I was starting to say grief, I think, is funny, it comes up in times like that, you know,
Yeah.
the movies show you, like, you're standing by the window, you're washing the dishes, and then all of a sudden you break down in
Like,
grief,
"Oh"
which is
yeah.
also true,
Oh, yeah.
but I remember the first time I was in Fenway Park after he died.
Yeah.
I was at a Billy Joel concert, which I thought would be safe because it wasn't a Red Sox game,
Right.
and he started of course, Billy Joel starts playing These Are the Times to Remember.
Yes.
I was
Right.
in the stands, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't
They're
believe
like,
this."
"She
Yeah.
really likes Billy Joel."
This
Like,
I
damn.
know. Like, "What is wrong with you?"
But no,
I'm
yeah,
doing all
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it sneaks up on you.
It does, and, like, I'll even be watching movies I can't think of one at the
Mm.
moment because that would be too helpful to be like, "I was watching this funny movie where something like a dad dies." But, like, if anything like that happens now, or even, like, something kinda like
Mhm.
that, like, I'm still to the point where, like, I'll get real choked up and,
Mhm.
like, you know,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
uh
even still get choked up sometimes when I see, like, fathers and daughters walking. Like, if I know it's
yeah.
like a younger girl walking with her dad,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
"Okay, alright." I remember doing that.
Yeah.
So it's all the good memory. I think sometimes until we lose folks, we forget those things we do with them is, like, creating those good times.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
I have, like, a ancestor space on my, like, kitchen shrine, which
mm,
is just my
mm.
windowsill. But, like,
Hey.
but every once in a while, I'll put, like I always remember dad, like, eating dry roasted peanuts, like, that was his thing, like, it's, like, dry roasted peanuts and, like, a banquet beer, and we're just like, "Okay." So, but I'll put, like, peanuts up there for him sometimes and
Yeah.
different like that, so
I do that with my dad, jelly beans and coffee. He loved jelly
yeah, there you
beans.
go.
And I put, like, a black coffee, no sugar, black coffee, no sugar right there
Yeah,
for him and, just say, "Hey." So, it's a way to honor him,
yeah.
let him know we love him.
Yeah. Now I'm like, "Dude,
Mhm.
should I be giving you coffee?" Like, I hadn't even thought about that. My bad. I could do that too. My
Oh,
idea with my dad and coffee, like, I see him walking, like, because one summer I worked, like,
mm,
at where he worked, and part of it was a fiberglass plant, and they had this, like, summer program where basically they were like, "If your parents work here, you can work here in the summer so that you
ooh.
can save money for college, and also so you decide you don't wanna work here and you wanna do good in college because it's hot, and it's Alabama, and there's no air conditioning, it's a lot of work, right?"
Right.
But it was pretty cool, but I remember, like, I didn't I always knew at home, like, my dad's coffee would get cold, but I just see him, like, walking around, and he'd just throw the old coffee, like, into, like like, in a construction space or whatever, they have those, like,
Mm,
big barrels that are basically trash
mhm.
cans with the big black things, and I
Yeah.
remember him, like, throwing it in there, and I'd be like, "Now there's, like, liquid in there, dude, like, what why would you do that? How do you And I think it's so funny because 'cause I'm probably like, the only person who would think, like, "Why would you put liquid in a trash can? You put it in a sink." But it makes me laugh because I see him walking around, and it was hot, so he'd have the short sleeves, like, white, like, he'd have this '80s short sleeve shirt,
Yeah.
dress shirt, just throw it in there. Not that my dad did this, but,
But Still,
That's
sometimes you
pretty
just
funny
see
to
them
me.
walking around. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doing stuff, so and the
Yeah.
other day when it got cold enough here that everybody's like, "Your pipes will freeze," I remember dad being like, "This is where you turn off the water to your
Mm.
outside spigot." I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, shit, I didn't." I'm
Mhm.
glad you showed me that one time
Right.
years and years ago
Mhm.
because
Yeah, dad's whispering in your ear,
he's
"Go
like,
over to the spigot." Yeah.
yeah, basically, I was like,
Yeah.
"Thanks, dude," and, like, I
Yeah.
turned it and it went too far, and I was like, "Why isn't this working?" He's like, "Just do it halfway, dude, like, weren't didn't you go to school for engineering?"
Well, it's funny
Like,
because
right, right, right.
right, yeah. It's because 'cause I'll hear my dad do that too. If I get stuck, like, a big one is if I get stuck, like, driving somewhere and I get the snow or something's happening, I'm like, "I don't know
Yeah,
how I'm gonna navigate this." I can hear my father going, "Just turn the wheel. Just
good.
turn the wheel.
Right,
Come on, you know what you're doing." And then, like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah, I'll turn." Oh, I see it now. Like, I can hear him say, "Just do
mhm.
that." Oh. Oh, it's like, maybe I've heard him do it before and it's just coming up in my memory banks or he's talking to me. I think he's talking to me, but whatever it is,
Right,
I can
yeah,
feel him like,
mhm.
come on, kid. I taught you how to drive. Let's
I
come on.
taught
You
you how
can,
to
of
do
course you
this,
can do
dude, you
this.
got this. Right, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I
yep,
taught you how to do this. Back up. You're fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, Dad.
yeah,
I know I'm right. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So
totally.
they're around. They're around. But it's funny. Yeah. It's the little things. And then when we deal with people who have crossed, it's like, when someone else in our family crosses it, it brings things back, I think.
It does,
It does. So we're only human.
yeah. What
Damn it.
tips would you give a bitch who's going to a funeral? How to take care of yourself at a funeral.
Well, I think you should send some Reiki ahead.
Oh, yeah. See, this is why I have to ask you. This is like what
Right.
I'm not even to the point where I can think of what would I tell other people to do? Like
That's
I
all
would
right.
okay, go.
So
Send
send
Reiki ahead.
send Reiki ahead,
Great
like
plan.
to the place, them, you, the family. Like I would send Reiki ahead, and then I might also do like some, if you're into candle magic or anything like that, any magical.
Um
Yeah, I don't I'm just saying, I might do like a 3-day, which would bring you to like
yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like a
Mhm.
candle like that will create like peace and
Mhm.
harmony with
Yeah.
the family and whatever kind of magic you wanna put out there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Something
Yeah.
very similar to like that simmer pot that I did, but I could put it on a in like a candle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
What was the one I realized that you throw on there for like positive mental health? Like make sure that's in there too.
Yeah, let me just don't you just be standing there like this for like a half an hour.
Just like
Come on.
and be like, there's no
More.
wax left. Nope.
Right.
It's just all
Just
spice. That is gonna light up like a flame. I'm gonna do it
right.
outside.
It's right.
It's gonna be a bonfire. We're all gonna be mentally well,
Right.
damn it.
Yes. Bring that smoke in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other thing I would do if I were you is if you have any crystals that are like harmonious,
Yeah.
negative absorbing, get away from me,
Yeah.
negativity crystals, I would have those on you this weekend,
Okay.
Sunday. You can put the kids can carry them. You call them worry stones if you don't want to or whatever, but I would grab.
Preston's kind of into the crystals. He's
Mm,
not sure about the witchy part, but he likes having them around. He's got
yeah,
like a obsidian and a couple other things. So
yeah. So I get them
figure out
crystallized and
something for that. Yeah.
mhm, and you should be good to go.
Vaughn be like, Mom gave me this. All the Baptist relatives will be like,
Worry
oh,
stone.
what a
It's a
cute
worry
rock.
stone. The
It's
worry
to
stone.
keep away. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Because he'll say that it's to keep away the bad people.
I know, right? Yep.
Are
I
you one of the
know.
bad people?
He's so funny.
Yes.
Ooh, I could make snacks too that let it kind of promote that stuff for what we eat on the way
Oh,
down there. Magic cookie or something.
yes. Cause you are magic.
And also, we don't need to be hangry rolling
No,
in there.
the practical magic of it all. We
I
don't
know,
need to
right?
be hangry rolling in there.
We don't need to be hangry rolling in.
No,
Nope.
no, no. Yeah, so everybody's
Yeah.
peaceful and calm and groovy and yeah.
And I think you suggested doing a bath after we get home. Cleanse
Yes.
after
At
we get
least the
home.
very least with some Florida water. Just throw some in your hands and like, wipe it
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
That's right. I'd forgotten at one point. I don't remember if we recorded this, guys, or if Mary and I were offline. I was like, just bring like some Florida water and just like spray people with it. Like, oh, yeah, yeah, like my little guy here is like,
I'm just making sure everything's cleansed, like your
right,
mouth.
just make it right. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
sorry,
bad.
the pepper spray.
Right.
Suddenly, I'm the drama.
Right. Am I the drama? I'm
Am
the
I the
drama.
drama?
Not sorry about it.
Not sorry.
Not sorry. So,
Yeah, but we're gonna avoid people. We're gonna take care of ourselves.
right. Well, that's it. That's it. I'm sure it'll be just fine.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
through it, and we'll do what we
That's
can
it.
to take care of ourselves. And
That's it. That's all anybody can ask. If they ask you of more, no is a complete sentence. Nope. No.
yes, as an over elaborator, I will
Yeah.
remember that as well.
No. Period. No.
No, nah,
Why? Just can't.
mm-mm,
You can't? No.
nope.
No.
I love that you're like, no, and like a smile. Where in my mind, I'm like, no, bye. I'll hit my mic.
Peace out,
Peace,
bitch.
motherfucker. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
peace, y'all. And I'm like cussing more because I'm all stressed. And I've been cussing more as opposed to like eating all the food in my house.
Well,
I'm feeling the eating all the food in your house feelings.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, what did you text me the other day? We got a cake. We're gonna eat our feelings. I'm like, okay, I got ice cream, so I'm there
yeah,
too.
we're gonna yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
my
like,
mom
mhm,
got us like a
yeah.
giant cake. She got us like this giant chantilly cake from Publix, which is delicious.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's like, it's got fruit. I don't know. But she was like, I'm gonna get the, I'm sad for you guys. And we get
Yeah.
the kids this cake that they like. Maybe it'll be a nice little treat moment. And I was like, we got this big cake. We're all gonna eat some feelings.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
It'll be good. Yum, yum, yum.
It'll be good. And Preston was like, I'm gonna eat all this today. I was like, no, you will not.
Because you'll be up for 4 days, so we're not doing
You'll be
that.
up for 4 days and you'll be like, oh, my stomach. I'm like, please, no, we need everybody to sleep.
Right.
So,
Please,
but
everybody.
I'm taking the kids after this. I'm like, do you guys want to go to Starbucks after this? So we're getting
Ooh,
emotional support Starbucks.
that's fabulous.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
fabulous.
setting myself up for doom getting them Starbucks after 5, but it'll be fine. Be
It'll
like,
be fine.
and now go jump on the trampoline, go burn it
Right.
off. Cause there's
Right,
actually it's actually still kind
yeah.
of sunny at 5 p.m., which is
There you go. Woot
woo.
woot. Coming into the lights.
I know, dude.
Coming into the
Needing
light.
it.
We're needing it.
Ugh.
Imbolc, hurry, please.
Come on.
Well, I think we should wrap this one up, yeah?
Yeah, we probably depressed everybody. If anybody's still here, thanks for hanging in.
Thanks.
We love you.
We love you. And hey, we're gonna have other shows soon. Keep listening. If you have feedback, email us at highpriestesshypeclub@gmail.com. Julie, how do people find you on Etsy?
At Hedge and Hearthfire, and you guys can find us. I don't know. I don't remember. I had a sentence, but you can find us there, and you can find Mary at marydelba.com, where she
Yep.
will give you readings and advice, and is just generally a artsy bad bitch that you need to get to know.
I love you.
I love
Listen,
you.
we'll see you next time, guys. And just remember, you are magic.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at High Priestess Hype Club, and subscribe to us on whatever platform you're currently listening to us on now, because we're back every Thursday to hype you up. Email us at highpriestesshypeclub@gmail.com and tell us what you think. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.